What's up, awesome YouTubers? Orion1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you all. Hope you're all doing well out there, and this is going to be my second video for October. And this time I'm going to be talking about a Arrow video set that came in the mail last week. I've watched pretty much all the films. I've tried to check out, or I have watched most of the bonus features. I still have to dig into some of them, but I want to do a review of this, talk about this trilogy set. I will say this, if you have a region-free player, this is one to get, guys. I know it's a little bit pricey, but it's worth picking up if you love the movies, or if you love one of the films in this set, or maybe a couple of them. Or if you love them all, that's awesome as well. And that is the Stephen King's Children of the Corn trilogy set from Arrow Video UK. So I picked this one up. I pre-ordered this one when it was announced. I had to get this really for one movie, and that is part 2. But you get the first one on 4K, and then you get part 3 as well, with every one of these sets having bonus features, either previous bonus features or new bonus features, different versions of the films out there. This is something that I really, really love. I love this. Not really, really love. Love this set, and very excited to have this in the collection, guys. I'm a overall fan of the franchise-ish. I'm not, a fan of every one of these movies. I think, kind of throughout the series, there might have been one kind of guilty pleasure movie there. But I feel like the first 3 movies are definitely hands down the best ones. And then I remember part 4 being okay, or being pretty good. And then there might have been another film in the franchise. So I don't love this franchise. I might overall appreciate it or have fun with it. But I love the first movie, and I really love the second movie. And I think the third movie is pretty good. But anyway, guys, we're going to dig into this real quick, and I want to talk about it, talk about the transfers, give you my thoughts. First off, the outer packaging is amazing, or it is amazing. Really happy with this artwork. Once again, Arrow Video does a great job with these kind of sturdy boxes, I think, or these box sets. I think these are amazing, so, love Arrow Video for that. Love it. That's one of the reasons why I love them. But yeah, outer box set is amazing. As you can tell, there are a whole bunch of bonus features. Again, new and old bonus features on there, but with, the first movie, every bonus feature that you had on the previous Arrow Video release has the bonus features here. Plus, I think a couple other ones, which I haven't watched yet, but I know I've watched other reviews and people have said that there's bonus features on there that are brand new. So that's really cool. So you get the first one, again, the second one there with, again, new bonus features for the second movie. And then the third movie, you get new featurettes as well. But going into this set, let's open it up, talk about these, and kind of give you my thoughts on the transfers. So the first one you have here is, sorry, my nose itched. The first one you have here is the first movie. This is one of my favorite films. I love this. I know it's kind of 50-50 with people. Either people love this, like it, or dislike the movie. I grew up with it. I've always enjoyed it. I had family that lived near cornfields, and where I live, there are some cornfields out there. So as a kid, obviously, seeing this movie and watching it, every time I would see a cornfield, Children of the Corn was the first thing that popped up in my head. But there is the artwork that was on the previous release. This is on 4K for the first time. The US has a 4K release that was released the same day. So you do get that option there if you're just a fan of the first movie. But there is the new artwork. There is, again, the back with everything on it. And there is the inside for you with the 4K and the Blu-ray. And I will say every Blu-ray that is in this set is region locked, so you are going to need a region-free player. But again, it's a 2-disc there. You get the 4K, and then you get the Blu-ray. So my thoughts on the 4K, I think it's a pretty good transfer. I will say this, though, if you are a kind of somewhat fan of this movie, or if you're a fan of the movie and if you love it, but you're waiting until a sale happens, I'd recommend doing that. It is a slight upgrade from that previous Arrow release, But if you already have that awesome Arrow video release, that Blu-ray release, that's worth keeping, guys, or waiting until a sale happens where you can get the 4K. Again, slight upgrade, not the best 4K that I own though. I think a lot of the day shots really pop out the most. It definitely has that fall atmosphere, which I love. This one is based in October, so of course it's gonna have the fall atmosphere. I've always thought that really stood out with the movie, and I love that. So the day shots are a slight upgrade to 4K. The night shots, you know, you do get that grain there, so I personally like grain. I like grain in my older movies. This is a lower budget film, so you're not gonna get like a perfect 4K here. But again, if you're a fan of the movie, if you do want to get it on 4K, I would say wait until a sale happens. You know, every once in a while, Arrow Video will have a sale. So if you want to get the box set, or if you want to get the just standalone release of Children of the Corn, but if you don't want to pay the money right away, just wait till a sale happens. But yeah, so Children of the Corn, overall, pretty good 4K transfer. Slight upgrade, like I said, from the previous Arrow Video release. But if you have that already, that is a great Arrow Video Blu-ray and Blu-ray transfer. So that's going to be up to you if you guys want to upgrade on that. The next one is Part 2. So with this, you get two different cuts of the movie. You get the international cut, and then you are going to get the US theatrical cut. The difference is, I think the US theatrical cut added some CGI in it, where the international cut took out that CGI. But yeah, Children of the Corn 2, as far as the movie goes, I love Part 1. Nostalgic there for me. Part 2 is my favorite. I love Part 2. I think it has that serious element, but also has some fun with it. And I love it for that reason. You got great characters here. Overall, really good acting. Really good story here, in my opinion. So I've always loved Part 2. Part 2, I feel like, is the underrated one of the franchise, just because we've never had a US Blu-ray yet. I wish Arrow Video had the rights in the US to release this on Blu-ray, but I don't think they do. They only have it in the UK. Part 2 really deserves more love. I know there are people that do love it, and there is a fan base for it, but, you know, with the franchise not being the greatest, and people talking about either the first movie or a lot of, like, the not-so-great sequels that we had later on, Part 2 kind of fell under the radar, and, you know, while it does have that fan base, I still think it's pretty underrated. Again, you're getting two different cuts of the movie. I watched the international cut. I wanted to check that one out. The transfer is beautiful. I love the transfer for this movie. I've always had a US DVD release of the film. Never really had the best transfer at all. So for me, going into this, I know there's an 88 Films Blu-ray out there that's out of print now. But I watched this for the first time on Blu-ray, and I thought the transfer was beautiful. So if you have a region-free player, and if you're a fan of this movie, definitely, you know, get the box set. It is worth picking up, guys. Again, if you want to buy it full price or wait for a sale, you can do that. But Part 2, I love this movie and I love the transfer. Great bonus features. My favorite one being an interview with the lead kid here, the lead villain of the movie. I think his name is, let's see, what is his name? Came from the 90s. Ryan Bowman. His interview is called It Came from the 90s. He talks about his career. He talks about the movie, talks about the making of it, and how much he really appreciates and loves this film. I was really happy with that interview. You do have an interview with the director and one of the writers and cinematographers. Those are pretty good interviews, but that one with Ryan Bowman, who played the lead villain of the story, he was great, or the lead villain of the movie. He was great, and I loved watching that. But yeah, so Part 2, I love this. This is, again, my favorite Children of the Corn movie. Once again, it does capture that summer, you know, fall atmosphere that this one has. I think the first movie has a better slight fall atmosphere, but this still has that great fall atmosphere to it. So Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice. I love that. And then Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest. I started watching this. I ran out of time, but I will say the transfer is a really good transfer for the film as well. You're getting two different cuts of the film. You're getting the R-rated US cut and the unrated international cut of the movie. unrated and international cut. There we go. I watched the unrated international cut of the movie. I checked that one out. Again, it looked really good on Blu-ray. Once again, you are going to have a region-free player to play this. Bonus features. I think you get less bonus features on here. I didn't get a chance to, check them out yet, but I will go over them. You're getting a new, it's called Corn in the City, a brand new interview with screenwriter Dodd Levinson. Hopefully I said that right. You're getting Before the Urban Harvest, a gallery of the early treatments. Give an insight development process. Corn in the USA, a brand new visual essay by author and critic Guy Adams. So you're getting less bonus features with that. Again, I haven't watched those yet, so I need to watch them. But as far as the transfer goes, again, I watched most of it, and I thought it looked really good. As far as the movie goes, it is not one of my favorites. I think it's still fun, though. I think it still captures, a serious tone, but it was going more in the cheesy, corny side of it. Get it, corny? Side of the, franchise. So after part 3, I think part 4 was a little bit more serious. And then after part 4, they all kind of mixed in together and, weren't the greatest movies. But yeah, part 3, considered one of the last best ones to have and to kind of watch in the franchise. Again, not one of my favorites, but I still think it's a really good movie. Or pretty good movie. Really good transfer, though. So real quick, I will show you the reverse artworks for these guys. Kind of show you what the other side looks like. And here is part 3 for you. They all kind of match together. But there's part 3. You can see Chicago in the background. And then you get part 2, which is similar to the original artwork. I don't know. It might be, or this might be one of the original artworks. But there is part 2. And then, of course, part 1 has the original artwork, which is very similar to part 2's artwork. Right there. So, really cool, guys. But anyway, that is a quick review of this set. I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to show it off and talk about the transfers, talk about the bonus features I have seen. Still have to dig into the part 3 bonus features. But out of the ones, that one looks like it got the less bonus features. Part 2, again, has some great bonus features. Again, the interview with the lead actor in the film who played the lead villain, he did a really good job, talked about the movie, appreciates the movie. So I really loved watching that. And again, I think part 1 has a couple new bonus features, but everything else is on that previous Arrow video release. So you are getting a poster here. I will show you what that looks like with the new artwork and then the original artwork for the first movie. So here is the new artwork. And then there is the original artwork for the first movie. And then you get a booklet which talks about all 3 of the movies. Really thick, detailed booklet. Very cool. Kind of show you, hopefully there's nothing, I don't think there's anything bad in here, but just a really cool detailed making of booklet with about all 3 of the movies. But yeah, guys, this is worth getting. Again, I said that if you want to wait for a sale, you can do that. But if you want to get this Trilogy box set right away, or get it now, I recommend it. I think it's worth picking up, guys. Again, I think I paid $87 for it, so it's not the cheapest. So again, if you want to wait for a possible sale, you can do that. Or if you want to get it right away, get it for part 2 the most. I really think that transfer is beautiful. Again, here in the US at least, we've never really had a proper release of that movie. So it's worth picking up for part 2. It's worth picking up for the original. That's a classic film. If you don't own it already, that's worth getting it for. And if you are a fan of part 3, and if you love the movie, it's worth getting it for that as well. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of part 3. I think it's pretty good. But I love the first 2 movies, and part 2 being my favorite. So Love this set, guys. Again, the 4K transfer for the original movie. Not the best transfer, but a slight upgrade. But this set is worth owning, guys. If you have a region-free player, you're going to need it. But if you have a region-free player, this is worth getting. Adding it to your collection. Absolutely love it. I wish the US had this release, but I know that the later movies were released by Dimension, so it might be that might be the reason why Part 2 has never had a Blu-ray release here in the US, and why we never got Part 2 and 3 over here on Arrow Video in the US. But this UK set is amazing. Again, if you have a region-free player, definitely pick it up. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of this set. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to give you my opinion. It's definitely worth picking up again. If you want to pay the $87, definitely pick it up. If you want to wait for a possible sale, you can do that as well. If you're a fan of Part 2 and you don't own it in your collection, that is one to add to your collection because that transfer is beautiful. If you're a fan of the original movie, and say if you don't have the Arrow Video release of the previous Arrow Video release of that movie, this release of the film is worth getting. Just owning it in your collection, having the best transfer of the original movie, definitely pick it up, guys. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for the rambling, sorry for the tongue twisters, that happens, but I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. So as always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. Remember to come back at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, where I'll be talking with my buddy Nathan Jones during a live chat where we'll be recommending some horror movies to you guys. So definitely stay tuned, 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. But once again, as always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. In with the positive, out with the negative. Go eat some Skittles. So much love to you all. And as always, be yourself, because you are amazing and you are beautiful. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right, guys. Bye.